honorable guests, and dear colleagues, dear friends. A lot of things were said by the minister. He gave an extensive and very interesting, for me extremely interesting account of the past, the present, and also future sustainability of Lithuania's energy development. After that, we will have a chance to listen to the colleague Hans-Jørgen Koch, who will talk from a Nordic perspective. And because of that, I will not go in I will deviate from the issues here, energy efficiency. I will talk about what was picked up by the minister last in his interaction with Hans-Jørgen Koch. I will talk a little bit about Nordic-Baltic cooperation, what it is and why it is and what it can become. And I would also like to share with all of you that firstly, actually, I would explain who am I. I'm the director of a Nordic Council of Ministers office in Vilnius, which is a representation of the Nordic governmental cooperation. This might sound very abstract and boring, but it could be interesting, good to understand the context. The Nordic countries, their formal cooperation is taking place through my organization, and they have sent me to represent this cooperation in Lithuania. And Sven and Hans-Jørgen, they are colleagues from a Nordic institution under us. So that's how institutional setup is. Allow me to share with you a very exciting and interesting event yesterday, which unfortunately made me be late today. I couldn't participate from the morning. I participated yesterday in the Nordic-Baltic Midsummer celebration. It's an annual event which takes place every year since 2012 in the capital, Vilnius. Participating are 5 Nordic countries and 3 Baltic countries. Lithuania is participating through the patronage of Madam President, and then we have all the embassies of Baltic and Nordic countries, plus the Nordic Council of Ministers. And Bill, this is maybe more important than it might seem, because this celebration, which takes place annually, it's not something that it was not a governmental plan or a demand from someone. It began because of our wish to, locally, we had a wish to show unity, consolidation, be together at least once a year, all of us, because we all share the tradition of midsummer. And of course, if a president gives a welcome address followed by the leader of a Nordic cooperation, my Secretary General, of course it is important. So, speaking about regional cooperation, it's easy, of course, to say, as it said, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. But sometimes simple truths are the best truths. And I cannot conceive where the Nordic countries would be without our Nordic intergovernmental cooperation. It has meant so much. It has been tested, though, on certain occasions. And the Nordic cooperation, I would say, was tested back in 1991, when the Baltic countries were struggling for their very justified quest for independence. And this fight was challenged by their imperial neighbor. And of course, from the Nordic side, from the Nordic cooperation, the Nordic countries reacted in many ways, but the Nordic Council of Ministers, the Nordic Council, the Nordic cooperation also wanted to show solidarity, because the ties was already strong between our regions back in 89, 90. You all remember, most of you remember these times. So what we did, how we reacted was to open offices in all the 3 Baltic countries in order to, show that we consider Lithuania as a country, as a republic. We have our office here regardless of formally Soviet Union existing. So that was a clear statement. And the office opened already in March 1991. It wasn't operative fully, of course, until full independence, but in any case, it was an extremely important statement from our side. So we were, actually before any embassy, we were the first Nordic Council of Ministers. I'm very proud of that. I'm maybe even more proud of the fact that we are still here in Lithuania, facilitating cooperation like we do today with excellent Lithuanian partners like the Lithuanian Energy Institute and Nordic Energy Research. I'm so happy to have you all here. Of course, our office was opened and the rest is history, as you say, and a quite positive history. But we have also challenges still coming. When we discuss about the Nordic-Baltic, Nordic-Lithuanian partnership, of course we can say that it's sort of unequal because of 5 Nordic countries being quite affluent, quite rich countries. Also, some of the countries has a very long history of independence. Of course, Lithuania has that also, but it has been interrupted so many times. But we are old countries, most of our countries, and of course it's a little bit, well, in that sense unequal, but isn't that maybe the very beauty of cooperation, that we are different? I can see sometimes, I've been here in Lithuania now for 7 years, and I've seen a lot of the great developments in the field of energy that the minister mentioned, how Lithuania showed a lot of fortitude and strength, creating things which have been very complicated to cope with. And I think our Nordic-Baltic relationship is a little bit like the older, little bit more experienced brother working together with a young, dynamic, optimistic, brave younger brother. And they contribute to each other in a great way. That's how I see it. It's a great partnership. So that's how I see it. And when it comes to the very issue here, I said I will not go into it because I'm not an expert, and we have people very equipped, well equipped to do that. Of course, also I understand that we have to work to slow down carbon emissions. It's extremely important with energy security for all the Baltic countries, and I think, as I said, the minister's speech was really interesting for me, actually, and fantastic that Hans-Jörgen and the minister also could discuss a little bit before the minister had to leave. My office, we have implemented several projects, actually, in the field of energy efficiency. Lately, the latest one was probably on energy efficient housing. We have also worked with sustainable green transport in cities. And we will continue to do so, using our mobility programs for administration, our NGO programs, we can also work with institutions. So I'm looking forward to, really look forward to Hans-Jörgen's speech. And my office will be here and, of course, support good initiatives. And I'm very excited to be here, as the minister also was excited. I'm also excited to be here at Lithuanian Energy Institute. And I really want to thank Director Dimkevičius for hosting this event, and Mr. Rolandas Urbanas, who has been working with our Nordic partners and also helped me when I got lost in the city and picked me up outside of a furniture store, I believe it was, because my GPS was broken. So thank you very much for your hands-on great work. And thank you so much to everyone, of course, who have helped, but of course to Sven Soiland, who has been worked so intensively, and to Hans-Jörgen Koch, who took the initiative, I believe, to use the resources that we have for Nordic-Baltic cooperation. So, well, as we are sort of a little bit lagging behind the agenda, and that's why I think I will stop here. But well, I hope you will have interesting rest of the day. I'm quite sure you will have that. Thank you very much.